Well, we're gold mining again at the house. Basically what I got going on is I have sucker bottle after sucker bottle full of black sands, and then I got this is full, and I don't even know where this stuff came from. Well, I mean, I pretty much have an idea of where I got it from, and we would go out and we'd split it up, and this was my split of just the black sands when we got done. So what I'm doing is I got all my screens set up, my have my 1/4 inch, and then I have an 1/8 inch, and then I have this 20 mesh, and then I got the 50 mesh and 30 mesh that I just can't find. So that's no big deal. So what we got doing on right now is we have this, and this is the I think it's a 100 mesh, from the looks of it. And what I'm doing is I want to turn everything that I have that's above that 100 mesh into the 100 mesh. So I put it in this mortar and pestle and I just crush it up. First of all, I put on my trusty dust mask. This was clean when I started this morning, and I've done it. I haven't done that much, maybe 10 or 15 minutes worth of crushing down, and so yeah, just already it's dirty from being white. I don't know if you can tell, but it's already got a nice brown cloud around it. All right, doing a little voiceover. We're back to using that nice large mortar and pestle from the Morning Glory lode mine up there in Allegheny, California. My family had the Morning Glory group, which was the Morning Glory, the 16-to-1, the Yellow Jacket, etc. Back in the early 1900s. And so right now we're just screening everything down below 100 mesh so we can go ahead and pan it. See, and there goes the powder. Just drops right on through. Well, maybe it was a 1/4 of that or something. I don't know, maybe a little more. But, oh yeah, it was a lot. Probably maybe over a 1/4, huh? Worked out good, though. So we got this little bit to go in the panner. That's good enough. It's beat down. That's all I'm looking for. And I'll clean this back into the top of here. Yeah, take off this mask. Man, look at that now. That was just from that little bit. That was a brand new mask. And look at how dirty that is already. So you always want to wear a mask, because otherwise, you'll end up with what they call miner's lung. And that's the last thing you want. We just buried a guy yesterday. Here, I'm going to use my green pan. I like this little green pan. This is another, I think this is the mini Keen pan that I got. It's good for backpacking. It's smaller than the regular pan, but it fits in my backpack real well. So I like this little pan because it has that nice lip in the bottom. Makes it really easy to catch the gold down there, And so that's all I'm doing right now. I'm just doing a quick pan into the blue one. And the blue one is the Falcon concentrate pan, which is my favorite pan for panning out the concentrates completely and totally. There's just no pan better than the Falcon concentrate pan. Now I'm using the old orange Keen magnet and putting it right on in there, getting it ready to go. Magnet's a big deal because you're going to have a lot of magnetin in there and you want to pan them separate. And here I am using the Falcon concentrate pan. You can see I'm back panning. I've already panned it forward, then I leave the big amount up on top. I back pan a little bit, and then I just go from there. And then I guess go ahead and keep going. Once I get done back panning that little bit, I turn it around and do it again, Yep, so California. Gold was discovered here in the 1500s, 1400s, or whatever it was. Oh, no, that's right. It was the 1800s, they say. Yeah, right, whatever. By, what was his name again? Injun Jim, wasn't it? Wasn't that the guy's name that discovered gold in California? Oh, no, it was the other guy. Because he was an Indian. They didn't want to give the Indian the credit for it. You know, that Indian Jim found the gold down there at Sutter's Mill and took it up to Mr. Marshall there, and they brought it down and had this big old thing about it down there when he brought it down to Sutter in Sacramento, and you know, they gave him the credit for it. I don't know if they just didn't want to have an Indian get the credit for finding the gold or not, but I mean, you know, shoot, our family's been gold mining here already for years and years down in the Merced area. And you know, the Spanish came here in the 1400s, and they were getting all kinds of gold. They had mines. They got all that Inca gold down there in South America. They got the Aztec gold from there in Mexico, and then we had all this gold up here. But the Indians didn't care about this gold up here. It just it meant nothing to them, so they left it in the rivers. And you know, when the 49ers came out here, or even before that, you know, back in the 1830s, when people started coming out here and finding gold, it just never got publicized, you know. And then, of course, you know, you hear that "Go West, young man," all that stuff, and all that was just for propaganda, you know. Really, it meant "Go West" was actually for something totally different than that. I don't remember what it was for, but it wasn't for a gold rush. It was for something else. So the secret to this pan, it's really easy. It's got that big wide bottom on it, so it really makes it easy to separate the gold from the black sand, as long as it's screened down to the same size. If you don't screen your concentrates down, then it's not going to be as easy. But you can see now it's got a nice little ridges on the end, and you can go ahead and just pan that out and get that down. And then once again, we're going to get just the right amount of water. And really look, you just want a little bit of water in there. And then I should start back panning here in just a second. And it gives you that whole pan to bring it back on. And you watch real closely up in there. And you're watching for any gold. And if you see any gold in there coming down at all, just put your finger on top of the gold and slide it right back up to the front. So all you're doing is just back panning like that. And it gives you just, it's so easy to do it that way because you can see the gold in the middle of the pan if it starts sliding down. This is the best way to pan. And this is the best pan to do it with because it's got the ridges all the way through it. And it grabs hold of that gold. You can see the gold up on top of the pan down there in the corner on the bottom there. And it's just holding on to it. You know, you can see the black stuff coming right on back. And then when you go ahead and put, you know, get enough back there and you tip it down, you go ahead and give it a little bit of a shake, get your black sand down to the bottom. Then you can just double check yourself and pan it again. And that way you're seeing if there's any gold down there, you know, that you accidentally lost. So you're getting a, you know, double view. And, well, obviously we didn't lose any that time, so I'm going to go back and do it again. Yeah, that nice wide bottom on that pan is a secret to that pan, and getting just the right amount of water to where you can back pan it. Now go ahead and shake it down, you know, put the gold back to the bottom, bring the black sand back up, get that little bit of water in there, not a whole lot. And look how fast it brings that back and separates everything out. And you can see all the gold up there on the top. I mean, obviously this isn't the finest of the fine gold up there too, but there's a lot of fine gold in there. And once again, we got most of it off that time, and you can look, now there might be a little bit of gold in the bottom. I can't see it really good here with this little tiny 6-inch screen that I'm, you know, over recording on. But that way you don't lose any gold. You know, if you can see gold down below, you just take it and stick it back up top. Yeah, you can see some gold in there. Shaking it back and forth, get your black sand, you know, start it moving. All you got to do is get the sand moving, and you want to be able to see the sand moving and the gold not moving. So we'll see if I take that little piece off the edge, we know it's, okay, that must be gold. Otherwise I wouldn't have saved it right there. So I'm leaving it, I guess I did. That must have been a piece of lead or something, because I wouldn't have let it go. I mean, if I can see it on this little screen, I would have been seeing it right there. But there you go, and you just keep cleaning the gold. Shake it back down, get just that right amount of water in there, and back pan it again. I guess that's the right name for it. I've been calling it back panning for decades, probably since the 80s. you know. I do love my gold mining, you know. Here I am today, and this is December 2nd, 2022, and this is when I'm doing the voiceover, and this video, I think, is 2014, so we're looking 7 years later, maybe more, you know. But I still do it the same way. I've never found a better way to do it than that. And there's the gold right there. You can see it. There's some larger chunks and some smaller chunks, and that's all the gold in there that I've gotten out today. And we'll just keep going from there, man. We'll go ahead and get the sucker bottle out and suck that up after get rid of that. Little sucker tweezers, those are nice too. I've got lots of those. And there it is, more gold for the vial. Already nice and clean. That's the best thing about the Falcon finish pan, is it allows you to completely and totally clean your gold. Okay, let's go back to the old footage. It's just about to start. Well, it's raining outside today, and I'm doing my editing, and you know, I just gotta shoot when it's raining. And that's pretty much it for this video. You know, I hope you guys learned a little bit. It's finish panning, and you know, screening as well. But it's just, it was so much fun to make this video so long ago. I ended up having copyright issues because I put music on it, and then Robert Moustress died, 2012. I made this movie way back in 2012, right after he'd passed away. So yeah, you're looking at a 10-year-old movie that we just redid. And hey, you know what? That's it. You guys have a good one.